European DPC League, and we're in the draft. We're obviously joined on the big screen by Purge, Kyle, and Tigov with me here as well. And in the draft is we are hoping for this game, Purge, that the lanes are gonna be set up more evenly. Would you agree?
I mean, I thought the lanes last game were kind of even. Obviously, like the Tide is a little bit worried about Ursa, but Alliance stabilized it pretty well. No, I would love a repeat of last game. I thought it was very cool. Even then, cool fights in the mid game. That's what I'm all about.
All right. I do like cool fights in the mid game. Need more enigmas.
Am I the only one? Okay.
No. I like the circle strats. All the circles.
It's my favorite shape.
The circle. Great.
How would you find the circumference of a circle?
Don't know.
Can't take you seriously with the glasses.
I do want to point out that compared to previous game, we have got the only hero not banned yet is Lycan, and so Alliance is thinking about what they will pick. Also, big change. This game, it will actually be Alliance who has second pick and last pick.
That's a key thing here. I think going into this third game, again, I don't know who actually selected this, but it feels like maybe something a Secret would do, simply because of the factor of the Keeper of the Light. They don't want to use a ban on it.
And that's exactly what Alliance... Look at that!
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
They're currently discussing,
Look at that.
do we want to take it or ban, or let them have it or ban it, exactly.
There is not, like, people normally don't take this long to think about their first phase bans. And they ban out Pango, so both are still in the pool, both Lycan and Keeper of the Light in this case.
Okay, so right now what's available? Puck.
Yep.
Keeper of the Light.
Yep. Clockwork.
Lycan.
Ooh, good point.
True. But they go for the Keeper of the Light, of course. Yep, sure. So now what does Alliance do against Keeper of the Light?
I mean, Batrider is still solid. I don't think they'll open with it. I hope they don't, because it's something that's somewhat solved. They could just take the Lycan instead.
Surprise.
Wow.
This is something that High Coast Esports used to do a lot, especially back in the qualifiers. It'd be like SD, Mars, big presence in the side lane, big overwhelming fight, and the save. It's really hard to deal with the disruption and the arena. And yeah, I wouldn't mind if Alliance went down this route potentially.
I just hope they have something prepped, because my only concern with Shadow Demon is there's a lot less power represented in comparison to like a Coddle.
This was also quite a nice pick to cover from the potential bristleback that Secret could have maybe done on the 7.
It's true.
Because
the break.
Yep, exactly. But no, and then Secret instead just go for the Void Sprint instead.
Yeah, both heroes were in the hands of Alliance previous game.
Yep.
Well, and they are also heroes that are just meta good, right? It's a very safe opening on the side of TeamSecret, and Alliance is going a little bit more exotic with their Shadow Demon.
Very exotic.
I like the exotic opening though, because it's gonna change up the strat here for game 3. Kind of put your opponents on the back foot. It's like you can't. It's not like you're solving the draft solution within 3 games. It's like, all right, here's something completely new. Let's see if you can beat it. And they have experience playing this. I've watched Hanskin play it as a 4 position. They do end up going for the Batrider, but the saves are amazing. And they're not picked super heavily right now. It's generally people focus more on disable and gank type stuff. And because Shadow Demon can stack extra well compared to most supports with Shadow Poison, and because you can transition potentially to get those break solutions that are constantly banned in the second phase on heroes like Viper, I think it's a pretty flexible support right now, even in the first phase.
Also, a really interesting thing about Alliance with this SD opening, they've always paired it with a Timbersaw or Bristleback in the offlane. And then 4 of the 5 games, it's been with a Wraith King carry. So it's very much the idea that they have this big presence in the offlane, and it'll be interesting to see if Secret, with heroes that don't really deal with that, are they going to tailor their bans towards how Alliance have kind of utilized the Shadow Demon in the past.
This is also, I think it was an EG combination quite a bit back in the day, utilized by ROTK teams as well. But you combine the Soul Catcher with the Bat Lasso and the Disrupt to set up. If you use Ultimate as well, it is a ton of burst damage and control, and just a really nice dual set, because that initial target can just get blown up.
Yeah, right now for Secret, there's pretty much 3 bans that you need to use here. Mirana, Timbersaw, and Bristleback. They've already banned out the Lion, and Alliance will get one of these heroes.
Do you really think Mirana is a must ban?
I think the tankier boys for sure are, but I think the simplicity of the SD plus stat roam has been very prominent before.
I would disagree just because both Abaddon and LC are available, Tidehunter as well. I think it's less difficult. When you consider there's already a bat, I think having another easily cleansable stun that's also single target just kind of lowers the value. And then all of a sudden an Abaddon core just breaks you.
Okay, I think in that case, I think Secret, if they offer them up, we have to look towards Alliance, having these easy long-range stuns to pair with the SD, and it'll be the Mirana or the Jakiro, then with the tankier offlaner being present. Secret ban out the Mars, still offering up the Timbersaw and the Bristleback potentially from Alliance. Ooh,
Still
I kind of agree with
banning
Kyle
up
on the.
Buck.
I agree with Kyle on the Mirana. I think it's a little bit like obviously it's very good with Lasso and they have some flexibility there, but it just like the like if that's your double support and you go for like these like disruption air kills, I just don't feel its impact as highly as playing more normal heroes.
Yep. I think you beat Secret playing a more standard setup. You had a solid mid game. You had the team fight to match scaling. It was a very balanced lineup, and I want them to capitalize on that again. I'm a little concerned because Secret has the coddle, so I'm hoping they have something in response. Maybe a Riki coming out 4th pick. We'll see. Alliance will have overall last pick. So
Alliance right now, they're banning out these elusive heroes, but of course, when you show Bat +1, you really don't.
They learned their lesson.
Yes.
No more Slark.
You need the Bat to be able to enter the fight and have kind of an easy way to target the core. You don't want to have to go, okay, well, we need to catch him if he doesn't phase shift or use dart. But, it's just so much easier for this Bat to play, especially with it being mid most likely.
Yeah, and to reiterate the stakes, I mean, Alliance win this game, they go to 4-1. They're almost guaranteed in the major. Whereas if they lose, they suddenly go into the throng. Like, am I even going to the major now? Becomes the question.
It gets very messy for Alliance.
Oh, yeah. Who do they play still? Isn't it? It's OG
Alliance, Liquid and Viking.
Liquid and Viking.
Yeah.
So really kind of such volatile series. It really depends if Liquid and Viking, if they turn up on the day, they can either be great or,
EU so stacked.
It really is. It is
and
mad.
there's Jakiro.
Look at the synchronization on the wing flapping.
They're actually not.
Oh, no, they are
No,
very...
they're slowly. They'll get back to it. It's like orbits. You have to give it time to come back. See?
Oh, there we go. Oh, no, we missed it. Okay.
Bat is just a little bit faster.
So if someone in chat could work out the rate in which Jakiro and Bat have the same...
There it is again.
There you go.
Great analysis. Purge, help me out here. What do you think about these first 6 heroes on the board?
Well, what it actually reminds me of is when you're at a red light and people's blinkers eventually shift up to be on the same phase. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thank you, Purge.
We're in the main.
Maybe more of an American example.
That's the long-range stun that I was talking about. You know, they found their way. It's not the Mirana, but, it's going to be position 4 Shadow Demon, the position 5 Jakiro.
That's a typical counter to the Coddle that we've seen throughout. Also a nice laning matchup against the Void Spirit, but still open. That could be mid, could be safe, and that's what you want to have, flexibility as the overall aspect. What is so funny?
Nothing.
Pay attention to the
I
draft.
just looked at myself.
Yeah.
That's how we react every single day.
A lot.
See, you laugh. I
Thanks
just
for saying it.
cry. Never mind. It's just... Nah, never mind. I'm not going to get into it.
Good. No, we're good.
Okay.
This,
How many like fireflying your own Monkey King out of a tree do you think we'll see this game? Got to be like at least one, right?
Or Macropire.
Yeah, I want to see the macro pyre.
no.
Then he jumps onto a tree, then the firefly comes in as well, so it's like the double stun.
And Keeper of the Light, if he gets an axe as well, the Will-O-Wisp breaks all the trees, right?
oh, that's a good point. That's also such a weird... I don't know how to think about Will-O-Wisp anymore because it's not nearly as powerful, but because it's not your ultimate, it feels like it's just up it's like in 2 fights or twice in a fight.
Also,
It's not value enough to kill it.
Rubik can also steal Macropire and Firefly.
Ooh, and then it becomes Wildfire.
And then there's
significantly
no
more damage.
freeze whatsoever.
No. Nothing left of the red keep either.
No, there is quite a lot of bonus time being used here for this 4th pick for Alliance. What are they discussing? What do they need to have? What do they want to say?
Secret?
Yeah, Secret is looking for a big pick right now.
Yeah, they are.
Maybe they could... It's so hard.
It's the melon.
Okay. So some break, you can like get out of Kraken Shell, out of the lasso, or some of the other damage stuff.
So someone who can actually walk up into the high grounds, I think.
And-
Gone.
With Coddle, like we saw in the previous game, you have an Ursa against Tide. Terrible matchup. But because of the Coddle and the pressure you can output with Gush spam and waves, it's not nearly as bad because you can play aggressive on the Monkey King.
Yeah, so in the previous game, it was the Tide Lion lane, very strong. But my fear is simply, I don't think Rubik Tide has the same depth and strength that we saw from that game. And maybe, like you said, the Coddle could be a pretty good replacement for that. It depends if they want to put the Coddle plus Tide in the same lane, especially with Rubik being not so dominant in the laning phase. It might hinder Matumbaman's ability to play. But they could also like do some aggro try to start with Tide sacrificing himself early on. You punish the Monkey King with a big aggressive core pick. We've seen Secret run like Luna before. I'm not saying it's good, but the idea, the essence of the pressure and then this solo Tide.
5 seconds remaining.
Secret are now seeing the fact that these big offlaners are often paired with this SD. So this is the Bristleback ban. Potentially the Timbersaw ban would come into play simply because of the Tide Hunter.
It's just I think you've got to get rid of it. It's just that S4 hero that gives Alliance's draft that frontliner it needs
You have two
right
big
now.
space
But
makers.
also more trees. They're gonna get destroyed.
Have we switched roles today?
It's the glasses, I think.
She put something
The glasses.
the personality. It's like Clark Kent and Superman, except in this case, it's
Glasses?
Yes, could finish that sentence.
No.
no.
Why don't you use a Wonder Woman example? That would have been way more appropriate.
Yeah, way more.
Yeah, and
appropriate.
without
Come
the
on,
glasses,
Kyle.
you're Wonder Woman. With the glasses, you're Wonder Woman 84.
I don't know her last name. Just Diana something.
5
That's all I got.
seconds remaining.
What?
Wonder Woman's like alter ego or whatever. It's like Diana something.
I don't know.
Diana.
It's Diane Keaton.
Nobody cares.
No, yeah, sorry.
I care
mate.
only about the draft. We have the
Ooh.
Ursa as the last ban, actually. So Timber remains to be in the pool. There's maybe a chance they want to pick it up themselves. Doesn't really fit, but who knows? What do they want? Because they were looking for a Matu hero, I believe, on the side of Team Secret, and they get to pick first out of this ban phase.
Maybe.
I mean, they could have some Batrider solutions like Jug or Lifestealer maybe, but they don't match very well
yeah, they
against.
could, yeah. I love this Lone ban from Alliance. I think, especially when they haven't banned out the Timbersaw on Secret, it opens up for a good Lone Druid game. You can't really go Timber with confidence, and yeah. So now Secret are like, okay, what's our plan B, guys? What is our hero that we can potentially lane into a last pick Timbersaw?
And they have no time left in their bonus time. Well, at least very little.
You don't often see Secret in this position where they have
No.
no reserve time.
They do not.
Backs up against the Wolves. 10 seconds left, Kyle. What is Matumbaman's hero?
It's tough.
Alliance's turn to pick.
PA.
Okay.
Not sold.
I don't.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, I kind
It's
of
all
like
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
If there is a Timbersaw pick, for example, you can still play with the dagger spam. You can jump away, and there's kind of smaller plays to make. But in the big picture of the game, you always will blow up S
Yeah.
Jakira, and you can get
Exactly. It's tough to pick a hero. You don't want to be susceptible to just be getting illusions made of you. You have the high reach necessary to kill these squishy ant heroes. And against Monkey King 101, you're not bad. He doesn't want to buy MKB.
You think he would? It's his weapon, but yeah. I definitely agree. It's very good against the supports.
Maybe he doesn't. Buy it, he thinks he already has it.
That's good. Yeah, that could be it.
Thank you.
Kevin's so tired.
Yeah, I know, right?
Is Timber still a good option here, or are we looking for something else? We obviously know that S4 also plays a mean bat, although he hasn't played it for a little while.
They, need
They
more
could still
disabled than
switch
that.
it around.
Can we?
Because right now it's just like Lasso,
Yeah.
Ice Path, Disruption. It's like not enough reliable disable, I think, to deal with the PA.
Okay.
Axe.
We need S4 webcam right now.
Oh,
this is
wait,
the,
no, you
this is
can't
the
X.
pick, right? We'll see by his face alone if the Timber's going to be picked.
He's on camera right now. There
But
he
like,
is.
okay, yeah, I need to pick. Oh,
But
no.
What?
we need a close up.
Yeah, okay,
There he is.
yeah. Is he smiling? Maybe not. Oh, he's sitting up. Okay, yeah, not
More.
the Timber.
What?
Because he
There it
wasn't
is.
smiling, it wasn't the Timber. I think that was a lie.
Off-lane Morphling.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What?
No, no, no.
What?
Dude,
No, it's the off. What do you mean?
Okay, mid monkey?
Batter Monkey.
Yeah, it's Battle Monkey offlane.
Wait.
How
Monkey
you-
offlane. Monkey offlane. It's S4 Monkey. He's been playing it in
Yeah,
pubs.
that's fine, yeah.
And it's a great matchup against the PA.
Cool.
It could also
And
be S4 bat.
Yes, Purge? You had a ooh.
And he's been I did a weatherman on this. He just like keeps mischiefing the Illuminate. So it's like
Yep.
the matchup is really not bad at all here.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And yeah, Limp is playing bat. Like, you have Limp, you have a favorable matchup,
And now
our
you
boy's
have,
about to pop off.
yeah, and now you have this situation where the Tide doesn't have a good lane. He doesn't feel comfortable pressuring this Morphling. So I think Alliance really greatly
It's a great
utilized
pick.
this Monkey King. And yeah, I like the position Alliance are in.
With the SD as well, like, you have so much damage if you disrupt into a shotgun setup or disrupt the morph for pushing power.
I don't often say this, but I prefer Alliance's draft compared to Secret. Mainly
Ooh.
that being, often Secret has really good drafts, but this time Alliance has got a really good draft, not Flaming Alliance. I'm kind of...
All right.
He's Flaming Alliance. Don't backpedal.
Purge, what do you have?
I think I like what Alliance did there. They've got the solutions to their lanes. Maybe Secret will do some like lane rotation that'll make it better for them. But on paper, I like what Alliance has.
Will it be a close game, Kyle?
Yes, I think this will be a even game. I like that both teams are in a position that they can certainly win the game. Watch out for the Ravages.
Yep.
The focus on controlling the tide, how you initiate team fights in Secret is going to be what determines this game. But I would certainly favor Alliance, and I do think our boy Limp is going to pop off.
Yeah. I just want to see, I just like Nico Baby Morphling, and the fact he gets it in a last pick situation.
Winning scenario.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a winning scenario. So I like what Alliance has done. I'm excited to see them potentially beat Secret.
I am excited
3 weeks.
for this game as well. And indeed, we reached past midnight, so happy Valentine's Day here. Indeed, it is time. Game 3, final game of the night. Team Secret Alliance, our first Valentine's present from us to you. Ooh. Enjoy OD Pixel and Fog.
Yeah, thank you very much, Shiva. Should be a great game as well here. Game 3, the deciding match between Team Secret and Alliance. Folk, but we've heard from the panel and Purge that they seem to be big fans of what Alliance has come out with in this Game 3. I mean, do you agree? Is this the time we're sort of just seeing draft-wise Alliance having the edge?
Looks pretty nice with the last pick Nico Baby Morphling versus some pretty limited disables, right? They've got a Lift and an Aether Remnant as their non-ulti disables. So that looks pretty good to be a Morph player in these situations, and some limited burst damage that's really coming out. Where's the actual burst that's coming out? Fade Bolt and Illuminate, and I guess your Void Spirit spells are your best burst, but these are all you're seeable as a Morphling. So Nico Baby, he can get prepared for this, and you're probably going to see that early Manta to be able to deal with if the Void Spirit goes for this Silence, the Aghanims rush. It looks like a pretty good game for Morph.
And do you like sort of the way that they've shifted to lane things to be able to fit in that Morph, having S4 on the offlane Monkey King as we'll see first blood maybe go down here. Oh, S4 is able to help out a little bit there with the Boundless. Not able to help enough, though. As they're able to still get in on top of FNG, they make sure the Nisha gets the first blood.
He gets the sentry down before he dies, though, and it's right in range of that ward that Secret did play, so at least he will give Limp a good amount of gold as he does die. Pretty nice.
And we'll see S4 TP down to the bottom. You're laning up.
You were asking me a question, apologies.
Yeah, so S4 on the Monkey King. You think it's going to be a good time for him to pull that out of this game in the matchup that he has?
Yep, it's been rising across Europe so much lately, especially we saw OG doing it at the start of this season quite a lot, and then they kind of tapered away from it, but it's been seen a lot, and it's really good versus the Illuminate in particular, as Kevin did say at the end there, the Mischief dodges can be pretty clever versus those big telegraphed blasts. And happy Valentine's, by the way, Owen.
Oh, thank you, folks.
Wish we were spending it together. Unfortunately, I'm all the way over here. But...
No. There's no boundaries to our love. Don't worry. And happy Valentine's Day. Tuning in is
except for some of them.
Wait, what? Well, here we go. Bottom lane, how we're seeing on the CS. 5 for 0. 4 for 6. It's close. It's even. We've got sticks out on the two of them as S4 got himself a stick out.
He does?
He has. He's prepared. He's ready for those daggers.
Yep, not a lot of regen down here on the Secret side. We see Puppy's already bringing some more, actually bringing a salve out, but Matu has already expended all of his. So it's going to be a Band of Elven skin rush. That's a little bit different than I've seen from most of the PAs.
Oh. Yeah, it is. It's not sort of your standard build-up. I mean, it's a build-up. They'll get you into that treads eventually, but...
Definitely interesting. Not a Wraith Band or anything like that. He doesn't want Wraith Bands. Doesn't like Wraith Bands. He just wants straight treads.
Okay. All right. Well, mid lane Nisha is getting nice and sticky here. Nine stacks up on him. 10 stacks up on him. Oh.
But look at those last hits, though. He got his boots rushed out very early on versus this Bat Rider matchup, and 10-6 to the 7-1.
Well, that's true. Yeah, he's really giving it his all in this mid lane matchup. Very strong start here. On top lane, I mean, Nico Baby. This is pretty much a lane where the more farms unpressured.
Absolutely. Jakiro is one of the best, if not the best, pressuring support at level 1-2. Witch Doctor, the other one. Jakiro, very good in this game for the laning phase. There is a Rubik, though, for later on that we will have to watch out for FNG covering his Ice Paths, because YapzOr, if he's able to get those later on, the cast range now that you get is insane with Ice Path. Covers majority of the team fight. Seeing bottom, the nice plays by Hanskin here, actually, using the disruption to block the hard camp while he body blocks the small camp himself. Nice clever stuff coming out from the Shadow Demon. As it will be giving S4 a very good time down bottom. 16-4, we are seeing Matu keeping up with the farm, but S4 not getting slowed down whatsoever.
No, the only one really losing out a little bit of the laning stage, it is Limp at the moment on that bat. And all other cores getting pretty perfect farm. Just that mid lane where there's the offset.
Yeah, I've been waiting to see this matchup of like these really dominant two players who are really comfortable on the matchup, because I've been seeing the good Void Spirits, they win the matchup, but the Bat Riders who are playing versus the worst Void Spirits, they take advantage of those Void Spirits quite heavily. Yeah, but Nisha very comfortable with this matchup.
We've seen it. I feel like we've seen this matchup probably the most out of
I think the most.
A lot of the mid matchups that we get. You know, Void Spirit Bat seems to be coming back again and again, and in so many different games for both of the regions.
Ooh, Puppey does get the kill onto the DD rune bottom. Hanskin can't quite grab it. Both supports will be checking that one out. Important to point out is that Zai is getting a lot of farm, though, up top. Sure, they're not slowing down Nico Baby, but the fact that Tide isn't getting slowed down whatsoever is always a really good sign for the Tide Hunter. Sometimes he does suffer in some of these lanes. That's bottom.
Yeah, Matu
will just quickly jump out.
Instantly away.
To share the field of battle.
Yeah, but I was going to say who's sort of going to be the one getting the vessel out this game. It is going to be Zai. All right. So because they're going to need it. Someone's got to get it right. Against this Morph Monkey King, it's pretty essential.
It is super value, yeah. Nice build up too for his Tide Hunter. Like it does give you everything you kind of want. You know, a little bit of armor, a little bit of stats, a little bit of regen for your mana. Very nice. As we see bounties being set up, Alliance setting themselves up for at least 3 of them. Does mean Nisha might have a slight level advantage. Actually, Limp's got a stack for himself to work on. So it's going to be really close between these two. But Nisha might catch 6 just a little bit before Limp. So waiting to see if maybe there's going to be a rotation that Secret does look to punish with onto this Bat Rider. And it does look like it. YapzOr maybe is making his swing over. Maybe just to grab the bounty, but...
We'll see Nisha already getting aggressive on his own as soon as he has that 6 up. Trying to
YapzOr swinging over.
Yeah, Limp's he's got those couple of bold charges, so still sitting pretty high in the HP here mid. And Nisha himself a little low on mana to fully commit with a full combo.
I think YapzOr should just stay around here though. Tidon is already fine on his own. I think if he plays around mid, controls the rune, it'll be really nice for Nisha. Limp will see it because that ward he does have on the high ground over there. But maybe he can at least deny the rune or something. But nope, Limp's actually just going to go for the kill on YapzOr.
He is. He's got FNG swinging over. And Limp's going to be able to do something about YapzOr hanging around for this. Remnant off the mark as well. So Limp, he's able to get away with that.
Oh, Nisha actually darted over, wasn't able to grab the rune. Now he's going to go back and get it. Don't let the Bat Rider grab down. And Limp will have to go back. They've actually done a good job of slowing down Matu down bottom, too. He's actually only at 25 last hits. The Monkey King does apply that pressure.
And with this Orb of Corrosion, once he has the phase boost as well on top of that, the amount of pressure he's going to be able to put on is going to lead him to potential kill opportunities. Is nearly getting Poppy. We'll see top lane. FNG does get chased down here. His bottom S4's getting gone on. And is he able to get the lifesteal off in time? Ooh, it's not enough. It's not enough at this moment as Matu and Puppey just commit onto him. And there's no backup around. S4 alone and taken out.
That's a pretty painful death, too. He is really owning that lane, too. So it gives a lot to Matamba Man as well as Puppey. And that's, Hanskin has to be more careful when Hanskin is backing up and doing these stacks. It's always that push and pull play of the off lane that whenever your support leaves, you have to play more cautious. As Hanskin shows face mid, Nisha.
He's trying to dive in for this, but he's low on the mana, Nisha.
Yeah.
And with Limp around, he doesn't want to poke any further. They are starting to swing Zai over there. Oh, this is going to take some of these stacks away.
Just the one on that side at the moment. But Limp will walk over. He'll see it. He'll be sad. And now Nisha making his way over perhaps as well, looking to secure the rune for this Void Spirit. As Nico Baby is getting the most freedom in the world too, you know, this Morph is going to have a very solid game for himself. Just what can he turn it into in this game?
He's got the bots queued up.
Bots queued up, yeah, I saw that.
I mean, why do you feel that I mean, if he does commit for that, why does he want to go that route? Like,
just be able to match the movements and I guess be able to show up to the fights when PA won't show up, because PA needs to farm Battle Fury and he needs to like match versus the recall and stuff like that. I'm not too sure. I don't know. We've been seeing a lot more bots on the carry, so maybe it's just an item that carry players like to play with lately. So
Top tower is under attack.
yeah, maybe especially in this sort of day and age of, you know, keep with the light dragon heroes up and around the map.
Yeah.
You sort of having to be ready, to be very, very flexible with where you're going yourself to make sure you're not caught out by the quick movements of the opponent across the map. Spot him and try for S4. They've got the backup of Nisha here as they'll commit onto him. They're doing a good job of slowing down S4 after he had a good setup in the lane. 2 kills now that Matu's been able to pick up against this Monkey King.
he's got to play more careful. You can't be giving these kills up when you're like Nico Baby's not getting this type of freedom, not getting this type of enabling by any means. S4 has to be more cautious, has to be playing more careful until he starts getting rotations, in particular from Limp. And Limp, he is starting to work on these stacks. Secret does have the ward. They are looking to at least sap the experience of it.
I might be able to steal some of these as well. There was Zai.
Yeah. Nisha even swinging over. They're actually bringing S4 to try to secure these stacks.
I mean, Zai's got the
Zai.
Ravage. They're going to start going on to Zai. Can they chase for him? They do have Lasso. And of course, Zai, a tough target to go on to. They're going to try and they'll knock him back with a Flame Break, but he'll simply pop the Ravage. Continue to step away. Is the Ravage at least forced out of Zai, so something the Alliance won't have to worry about.
Yeah, they can farm their stacks uncontested, but doesn't look like Secret want to. It doesn't really feel like they want to actually make any type of aggressive moves onto tower. This feels like a lot more farm-heavy game from Secret. They drafted the PA, so you know they want to take it to later stages, and you know they are 2K ahead at this 10-minute mark already, which is a really good sign. When they do have a, you know, we always have to factor in they have a Rubik versus a Jakiro. Like he's gonna get good spells stolen at some point on this Yapso Rubik. Those team fights will be pretty hard for Alliance because they don't really have that big of a team fight lineup with the Bat Riders. Nisha forced to pop the haste.
Yeah, he's just playing around with Limpet. He knows he's always got the safe way out with that haste.
I'm wondering when Nico Baby feels like he's going to be ready to actually show up. If he is going to be going for the bots build, I feel like it's going to take a very long time for him to feel ready.
And it feels like as well, see bottom, Nisha, he's going to jump in onto S4. S4, he can't do anything against this. He's just dead.
He is just dead.
They are really, really shutting down S4 now this game. After, as we said, he had the lane to start off. It looked great to begin with, but now Secret really focusing their efforts. They see him anytime, and they realize that as a lineup, especially with Nisha making the moves, they've got very good means of bursting this Monkey King down at this stage.
They're gonna need Limp to really put the pressure on the map with his boots of travel, because right now it's I'm a bit concerned because like I just don't see when Nico Baby's gonna be able to do much versus this lineup.
You don't like the box.
I feel like you're giving the PA the game that he wants.
Well, yeah,
the PA is able to just farm Battle Fury then and get recalled all over the map and just farm faster.
Top tower is under attack.
I mean, Matu, he's going to farm that much faster, really, isn't he? As we see mid, they get the grab onto Nisha. Nisha, he's still got a step available. He's got both of them. He's going to be out and away. Yapso and Puppy by his side. I was going to say, it's going to be interesting. It's one of those things, you know, it's a bit of a different approach. And in a game, okay, he's changed it.
He changed it. Right?
He's changed it up.
Okay.
I was going to say, maybe that was just
really confusing.
Yeah, the treads into E-Blade, the standard there. I think it would have been surprising if he went for bots. I mean, it'd be interesting to know if that was ever his plan, or if he just happened to have that shift clicked in the shop. But no, treads into E-Blade. Well, much more comfortable, and definitely something that Alliance are going to be able to use to try and blow up and punish Matumba Man at the stage where he might not have the sort of the BKB done after his Battle Fury build-up. But And it's saying that they are going to have to be quick because Matu's game's going very well, and he is going to be hitting some very good timings. It's 5-1, 3K lead. All three of Secret's cores right up there at the top right now.
And I think Alliance is too scared to really fight into the threat of this Ravage, which is, it's just going to give Secret a lot of control and a lot of ways to just farm around the map. Like Limp, his lasso is down, so it feels like they just can't do anything. As the stack will get taken from the Tide, continues to get enabled that much. And just giving that space, Matu, there it is. Battle Fury's done, Tread's done too. Just tried to rush it as fast as possible. That's how we saw no build up, no Wraith Bands, nothing. Just straight Treads into Battle Fury.
It has paid off.
It has.
A fast time in a game where he was able to get involved in action already. 2-0-1, and with this sort of timing on the Treads Battle Fury, we'll see mid Alliance.
They can't set up for Nisha. It's impossible. Their draft, just especially without high points in Ice Path, it really feels just way too hard to go for this. Like Shadow Demon and Batrider can't set up for that.
No, they're
They're
best.
gonna smoke.
We'll see who they can get up here though, because Secret, they're in their own triangle, and they're not looking to be inclined to head up and show themselves up top.
No, they can recall the Tide. Like, let's say the fight does kick off, Puppey's gonna recall Tide, so Alliance have to be fast with their move if they'd make it.
They'll get the catch on Puppey. They're gonna drop the ults here. I mean, Puppey's dead, but I don't think Secret care about that whatsoever. As now they look to turn, S4 still sticking around, trying to stand his ground in the Wukong's command. Matu, he's already starting to have a poke at S4. S4 will be able to get the Jingu up, but they're going to have the burst and control. Nisha swings back over. S4's gone. As Alliance, they try and commit for that Puppey Keeper of the Light kill. I mean, they get the kill, but they're using everything for it, and they're losing more than they're able to take away from Secret there once again, as S4's down once more.
Secret was, they knew that move was coming. Like Puppey was, even as he got disrupted, he actually got his spirit form off. That to me like shows that they were so ready for the play. Zai instantly TP'd top to come over and swing. Didn't have to use the Ravage, but just the way that they were positioned in that whole situation just shows that they read that move from Alliance perfectly.
Radiant are scanning.
As they'll be able to just chill and farm. Matu, Battle Fury, like you said, done level 12.
Limp.
And he's gonna be able to pass this Morphous Limp.
He's trying to come out and get some bounty runes, but Secret's there waiting.
Oh, he had a stolen... Was that a stolen SD ult that he had? I didn't notice that. Oh, wow,
He had it
okay.
for the last bit of moves.
Oof. And now fresh stacks that Secret can actually invade into while we see Alliance. They can't invade. They can't even walk into this.
I mean, what can they do right now? Is it sort of just waiting until Nico Baby has the E-Blade and saying, right, then we'll smoke and see if we can get something done with that first big item on the Morph? Because until then, we're going to struggle bringing the fight to Secret.
It still doesn't. I don't think they can fight. That's the thing. Is like Tidener, I think, just poses too much of a threat versus them, really. Like, I actually feel like Limp has to have BKB now before he can look to go for anything on Secret. They have to just make better moves around the map somehow, but it's really hard. Secret might actually threaten Roche soon at this point, too. If they just keep having this Ravage available at all times, they can just force Alliance's hand at some point. And you do not want to fight with this draft. As a Batrider with your mid walking into a Ravage, it just feels... It feels really hard. A Secret swinging down with the smoke. They know where Limp is. They have this lane ward. They saw him sneak into the trees. Oh, Limp.
They're just catching him. Both Limp and S4's game that needed to be, sort of semi-decent to put pressure on and enable space for Nico Baby to farm. It's getting dealt with very well by Secret. The Bat and the Monkey King just struggling to make moves. Was Secret prepared for any of them?
Yeah, just fully prepared and just reading any type of moves. And Alliance just now at this point it feels too hard for them to make moves. It's just okay, Nico Baby, get Ethereal Blade and hopefully we can win the game off some type of grabs and mess ups from Secret. So like 7K advantage. And they just still always have Ravage. Like Zai's just hanging on to it all this time too with this fresh Blink Dagger that he just picked up too.
Yeah, and Matu's chilling. I think, you can tell he's feeling confident going for the Aghanims straight after the Battle Fury.
Yeah, limited control for him. So if he's able to just hop from target to target, if he gets a kill, he cleans up and just jumps to the next one too.
Yeah, and that Dispel is going to be very nice against the Sticky and the Jakiro, all sort of these dots that are going to be thrown down onto him.
So we'll have to worry, of course, versus Demonic Purge, but, PA, you're mobile. You're able to jump around inside of the fights. And Nico Baby, okay. E-Blade is online, so
All right.
let's see what they can make happen.
There we go.
Because there is a point right now where the PA isn't going BKB.
Yes.
Neither is Nisha. So they are poppable. They are able to actually die as long as Zai isn't acting as that big bruiser frontliner, which he has been. So he has to somehow get past this Tidehunter. It feels very difficult though. There's no real actual team fight of your own versus this Ravage threat. They're gonna set up for a smoke, I think.
Surely want to try. Surely the passive play is not going to benefit you if you're Alliance here.
You have to play around like away from the Tidehunter, around your information. So whenever they do see heroes split up with wards, or if they do see the Tidehunter with the wards, they can look for plays. But this is what we're saying, you know, Secret. They're gonna set up and they're gonna force the hand of Alliance around this Roche pit.
There we go.
And this is into the Ravage that Alliance has to walk into. They're gonna need some type of blessing from
how do
beautiful
they take this
casting
fight?
of spells.
It's going to be so hard here.
Eyes on S4. As he's the one grabbed first.
They're able to get the setup onto S4. They jump over into the grab. There'll be a bit of a defensive player from Hanscam with the disruption, trying to save S4. He's able to get the Wukong's command down. But Nisha's actually jumping in. He's trying to fight deep into the ult. He's going to get punished for this. Nisha will fall. A big overcommitment there from Nisha, jumping in, feeling that he had the burst damage alone to take down S4. That was not the case by far, as that's Nisha out of this fight for 30.
I thought he'd be able to just jump away and be thankful that they Wukonged away from the pit.
He went in.
But Nisha just stays in and jumps in even further and gets punished for it. Alliance have to be quite thankful of that there. It's S4.
Oh.
Gets the Boundless.
There's onto the two of them. Zai's still holding on to that Ravage. We're going to have Nico Baby coming for the side. They get grabbed in time, so not quite able to get the E-Blade follow-up onto Puppey. So the burst won't be there as Puppey's out.
That's pretty decent for Alliance, though. Actually forcing them out of that Roche pit, forcing them out of that area, getting the kill on Nisha. I think Secret just is going to walk right back into that pit pretty soon, though, as they do know that lasso. I think they know that the lasso was used. I don't know if they heard it, because it was casted at the very last second of while Nisha was dying. But they should be aware at least that a couple of these ultis are down, so we'll see what they do with it.
That should help.
Alliance, they do split themselves back up. S4 just going after the Witchblade, yet to see. It's top lane. Oh, Matu. There we go.
Okay.
Easily in.
You can use your blur to set up for ganks pretty nicely now as it resets immediately afterwards. You can run away, reset, and all that too. And not going for the Roche play, though. They're actually looking to pressure the lanes out a little bit more instead at the moment.
Tower is under attack.
They do see Limp in mid. He's not quite at the BKB yet. If they do see him too far up, I think Zai is going to go for the opportunity to ravage him.
They're going back for... Do they want to head into the pit? No, I know they still don't want to head quite back into the pit. I mean, Matu, as you say,
he's blur hunting.
He is. I mean, he knows that Alliance has sort of sat back and split up. Question is, do they know that S4's in the trees still? No, S4 will keep himself in.
The range creep, no. Look at that. The range creep back. The melee creeps now.
Oh, they do keep sort of swinging in. They must be catching a whiff of him when he jumps between the trees.
They're going to smoke down here to try to catch this. Puppy's going to look for him in the trees. Or actually, okay. No, maybe not.
I think they're maybe just not checking where the creeps are heading. So
no, maybe not.
Or at least, you know,
they're just grabbing the triangle.
They know it's a hard catch to get anyway.
Yeah, Apps are still chilling over here, just waiting to stop, maybe threaten him, at least when he does jump in. They're all set up on mid. They see Huntskin for a second, and there you go.
He lays out the poison, gives up his position, and Secret... They collapse on him immediately. There's the DD rune as well down bottom. Can certainly give Secret tools to commit for the pit.
Yep. BKB on Limp now, though. So he has a much easier avenue to actually walk in and not have to worry about the threat of the Ravage, at the very least.
He's going to have to head in soon if they want to try and stop this.
They are TPing over. Nisha's running over too now with a fresh DD picked up in the bottle.
See if they can get in the pit in time. It's getting low.
The Macro Pyre gonna cover it pretty decently. Zai is getting low. They'll have to give some respect to it.
It's brought time for Hansken to get back into the action, so they've got the full team ready. Roshan is very low. Secret themselves, they know that Alliance is here as they themselves can't really head into the pit and start hitting it. And here
He's going to look for some information. He's walking in with the blur. Bit scared. They put down their own ward. They jump.
As soon as they get the vision, they jump immediately onto S4.
That's the best target they can get at the start of the fights. He's their big team fight for Alliance. Zai.
He's ready to set it onto Hansken. Hansken also going to get taken out. It's 2 quick kills for Secret and Niche. He's got the setup for more Yules. Into the Remnant. Limp. Getting burst. They're holding back a little bit. They know, oh, got the BKBs. It doesn't even matter. BKB ain't going to do anything anyway. With crits like that, as Matthew just jumps in, cuts off his head.
Just such a quick move. The swing over, the ward gets placed down, and there's no hesitation. They just instantly jump because they saw the best target. They see the Monkey King, he is that team fight for Alliance to bring them together. And they do get the bat, get themselves Aegis.
Oh, yeah.
And it really does feel like it is just going to be Nico Baby having to pull out some miracles.
He literally only did 2 instances of damage there, and both for a crit. He gets the crit on the dagger, and he jumps in, boom, first hit. Have another crit, sir.
Just PA things.
Matu, master of the RNG here on this hero.
It feels like it happens every time, let's be honest. Playing versus PA.
Yeah, when you're playing against it. Yeah, sometimes when I'm playing it, I have to check that I skilled the ult. Like, hang on, where are these crits?
That is true. I do have to check your skill build a lot, too.
Yeah. Hey, I'll let you know, my 4440 build will catch on one day. Smoke up from Alliance.
Looking to set up Zai, still always has the Ravage ready. Alliance really trying to get themselves a catch here.
We've been here before.
Again.
The Ravage is out, and straight away the fight starts with a dead Monkey King. S4's down, Matu's cleaning up the backlines. He takes down Hansken. Nico Baby will be able to get in and burst down Puppey, but that's it. That's all he's getting. He's not getting anything else out of this as they immediately surround him. It's a triple kill for Matu. As we do seem to be taking another page out of the book that was game 1.
Yep. This is just a really dominant showing from Secret. No mercy really to Alliance, and it's just been Nico Baby getting all the space in the world from this. As Alliance just can't fight. S4 every single time now has been jumped. Even when the fight went badly, right? As soon as they identify, as soon as they see the Monkey King, that's priority number 1 in these fights. If he doesn't get Wukongs off, Alliance has nothing in the fights.
I mean, and why is this sort of ending up, being as hard as it is for S4? Is it just sort of that he is their only real front line, but at the same time, hero-wise, this hero is not really kitted out to sort of get in there and face the brunt of the attack that Secret's bringing?
You answered your question yourself, yeah. He is the front line. He has to be the team fighter, but also the frontliner, and they also don't have an initiator because they don't have the blink bat. And he took a long time to get BKB versus all of these disables that he has to worry about. These instant disables in particular. Rubik, Tide Ravage, Aether Remnant, all very quick for her bat to deal with. And Secret's just swinging across the map so quickly. The power of Coddle really does come into play too.
And these items from Matu are coming out at a ridiculous time. I mean, he's
so
5k ahead of Nico Baby. It's just boom, Battle Fury, boom, Ags, boom, BKB. Oh, watch that. There's also a Basher on the courier, boom.
It really just does feel like Alliance can't do much.
FNG? Okay. Oh, no. Oh, good night. Good night, sir.
Godlike.
Godlike ending. 26 minutes in, Matu back on the same form that we saw in the game 1 drop.
Whoa! Oh, they messed up the shotgun.
They messed up the combo as he's going to be able to pop the BKB and start killing them all. As he's in onto Hansken. As, this is getting a little messy. Alliance, they're throwing in buybacks. Are they going to be able to turn it? They're dragging him in with the lasso. They're able to get him down to half HP, but Matu, he's still good to go. He's in on the S4. The bashes are there. As that was not how it was supposed to go there for Alliance.
Oh, no, and they get Nico Baby as well. He's going to be able to retreat. He is not. That might be where you call it.
That was a rough one. I mean, to be fair, he had the Aegis. So let's say they don't. Let's say they don't, throw that combo completely out the window. and lead it in with a disruption E-Blade. Oops, we've used everything at the same time. Then, you know, they kill him once, he's probably going to kill them anyway afterwards. So maybe they can find some sort of respite in the fact that even if they had landed that combo, they probably would have still lost the fight.
I think it's those desperate moves where you want to just try to get anything you can, you know, get any type of kill, reset the fight as Limp tries to find something for himself out on the map, and yeah, well, it's completely over.
At least we got an exciting game too, you know. So, you know, kudos to Secret for giving us that. Game 1 and Game 3 was Secret back to business, as it seems as this game, quite like the first game, seems pretty impossible right now for Alliance.
Wait a minute. Oh, okay. I was like, I'm so confused. How does Morphling have Aether Remnant? He stole it from the Morph. Or how does Rubik have Aether Remnant? He stole it from the Morphling when he turned into it. Yeah, Secret just... This one has... They've just had full control, really. It's like just these Ravages, just the threat of their team fight has been too much. The Bat Rider, it feels like Limp, he had to own the lane.
And Matsu's in.
That he didn't just...
He's under tier 4s. He's ready to go. He's able to take down Hanskin. He pops the BKB. He's going to look towards Limp. Nico Baby's going to turn into the PA. As the age is timed out, but Secret, they're keeping tabs of that. Matsu's starting to back away. Alliance desperately trying to chase in with the E-Blade, but he's off to the side. They're going to dagger down Ice Path as well. They're moving in onto Matsu. Can they kill this PA? No.
He's jumping away.
He's away once more. Over towards Puppy. He goes. As Matsu's out, now they're ready to turn. Woo! Matsu's back in. Ravage out. Etzai, he's ready to go for more. There's the backup required as they jump in onto S4. A Wukong's command comes immediately to an end. As it's getting messy.
Into the Force Staff. Okay, they're trying for Nico Baby as well.
They're going in deep here under the tier 4s. And they've got the control on Nico Baby. Playing around with this morph. He's trying to get back towards his fountain. They're not going to let him. They're not going to let him. As Matsu's in with the bashes, they're calling it. They want the pain to end here, Alliance. As Game 3, it was another Game 1 hit. As Secret just coming out on another level. And I just never a chance in this game, it seemed, for Alliance. Never a chance at all.
It seemed like when, you know, we saw the Monkey King doing well in the lane, he was having a great start, and then when he dies the 2 times, it just becomes a disaster. It really does feel like that. As the mid matchup, I think maybe they felt like the Bat Rider was going to do a little bit better, but when Limp doesn't do better, and their off lane also feeds, it starts to all just snowball out of control. Morphling, it's too much for Nico Baby. It's way too much pressure for Nico Baby to really be able to use. As he just, even if he itemized differently, I don't see what he can do versus this looming pressure that Secret just starts to bring, and just this team fight pressure, this Ravage threat, just the threat of it just didn't allow Alliance to make their moves that they wanted to.
No, not at all. Just another incredible showing from Secret in this third game, as Alliance definitely going to have quite a few things to review after the Game 1 and the Game 3. At least, as I say, they'll be able to take away that strong performance they had in the second game. But these other 2 games, Secret, no messing around. This third game ending 27-6 at 29 minutes in, with no way of Alliance returning any sort of action. As there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Secret will take this series. It's all theirs, 2-1 against Alliance.
The night sky trying to make me see your stars, but the dark gets lonely. Now I see violet, I can feel silence. In the dark, so that I see when your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound. I'll find valid